I love this one. My wife would be here right now, but she's actually in Brazil meeting with a designer, getting some of our updated designs put together. And you'll see those coming up soon. We're going to be doing a huge influencer push coming up. We're going to be having some boots, some very, 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 very sexy high heels coming out. And I think you're all going to just absolutely love them. So whether you buy something today or not, I want you to follow us on Instagram, follow us here on Verishop, because we're going to be coming out with some things that I know you're going to love. So the answer for what inspired my wife, Erin, is that when we moved to the U.S., and my wife's Brazilian. I think I forgot to mention that. I went down to Brazil and lived there for about 4 years. We met. We obviously fell in love. We now have 2 beautiful daughters together. And what kind of started the whole shoe business was that my wife and I were going to go to a family reunion. My parents and family live back in New Jersey, and she would buy a nice, lovely dress for my daughter. And she wanted to pick up a pair of delicate shoes that were comfortable, because my daughter really had problems with getting blisters and calluses, and she would throw her shoes off. And anyway, by the end of any party, she's barefoot running around. And you know how young moms are, particularly with the first child, they're very protective. So she's like, she's gonna step on something, and somebody's gonna step on her, and all that could happen. But the truth of the matter is, the reason that all this was occurring is because we had these hard plastic shoes in the U.S., right? And that tended to be the case even when she was shopping for herself. And because the truth be told, at that time, it was very difficult to get a shoe that was very comfortable and beautiful. It's like you either had to decide if you're going to get like tennis shoes or Birkenstocks or something like that, but you couldn't get something that was both beautiful, delicate, and extremely comfortable. And one of the reasons why she decided, well, we're going to make a shoe line that solves this problem. So we tried. We came up with this, and I think we hit it with this line here. These are being made in Brazil. And what's one of the things that makes them very, very comfortable is that it's the type of leather that's used. So in a lot of cases, when you go to buy a shoe, you'll see 100% leather, right? And am I presenting this to you guys? Are you guys seeing this? Let me know if it's being presented, because I can't actually tell. But the issue with these shoes, and the reason why leather matters so much, is there's different grades of leather. People think, I have a leather shoe. Oh, awesome. But if it's bovine leather, there's this top grade, middle grade, suede, they all have different components to it. In a lot of cases, the problem you have with just standard leather is that you can only get it so thin before it becomes weak. And that's why we use what we call this kid leather, which is actually a goat skin. And the reason we do that is because if you look at this flower, right, when I tell you that a shoe is 100% leather, even the flowers on top are leather. And I want you to see how flexible these things are and how it's easy to move, right? And you don't typically associate this kind of softness and this luxury with leather. But let me tell you, these here are just amazing. And it allows us to get this profile that is tremendously thin, right? And one of the things that, hey, user 5941, thanks for joining the party. Glad to have you here. We're just going over this leather sandal right here and talking about it in great detail. We're just going through the differences in types of leather and the reason why you may get an all leather shoe that winds up not being comfortable. And a lot of people associate leather with toughness, but because we're using a kid leather, a goat skin leather, it's got higher collagen levels, it breaks in faster, it's got tremendous strength, so it allows us to go ahead and make a much thinner profile on this shoe, and it's much more elegant, right? And so a lot of people would look at a shoe like this and maybe say, well, there's not really a lot going on, but it's all about the fit and finish. So if you look at the sides here, there's not big bulges where the vamp is coming in and connecting to the sole. The insole is also lined completely inside and out with this wonderful, luxurious leather. It allows your foot to breathe. You're not going to be sweating in these, and if you do, it's going to be absorbed by the material or let go because it's all natural. It's 100% natural, and it's got the same leather sole on it with the anti-skid on the sole. This shoe right here, again, at this price, is just an amazing value right now. And I want you to look here and see some of this detail. Look at the pearls that are put in here on these flowers. And I tell you something, you're going to be beautiful in something like this. This is the kind of shoe that exudes a type of style and class that you rarely see. And it's a type of shoe that you can easily replace your comfortable sandals that you've become accustomed to wearing during COVID. I know a lot of us have been kind of cruising around the house in a set of loafers or flip-flops and stuff like that. And now things have opened up. We're going to be seeing friends. We're going to be seeing family. We're going to be going to different engagements. And yeah, all women want to look beautiful. Man, you are all beautiful. Trust me. But the thing is, you also want to be comfortable. And I'm telling you, these two sandals, right, from our goddess line here, the blue goddess and this flower goddess are going to keep you in a beautiful space. Now, the other thing I want to point out about these is that, when you're traveling, you're going to say, I'm going to travel. And everybody's cutting back on how much baggage you can bring. You got to bring a carry-on, and that's it. And you will struggle. Most of us, a lot of us will struggle with how much we can actually fit in that little carry-on, right? And so you're going to want a shoe with a low profile, right? Or you're going to want a shoe that can handle multiple situations. A shoe that you can wear with a pair of shorts or some jeans and just a t-shirt and get away with it and give that outfit a pop, right? That's this shoe. And then if you want, right, we also have, boom, this is going to be a segue into our ballerina line. Anybody want to talk about the ballerinas and why these are probably going to be the most beautiful, comfortable, and elegant ballerinas you've ever seen that are also wonderful travel companions? Let me switch over here. All right. Okay. So I know I'm here.